the player waiting the winner of this, of course, is the world number 1, Chen Long, already through to tomorrow's final. So number 2 in the world. 3 previous tournaments for Jorgensen this year. Won the German Grand Prix gold. Lost in the final of the All England to Chen Long. And he had a disappointing outing in Delhi last week. It was the number 1 seed. Lost in the second round to a vastly improved and still improving Pranoy of India. Well, this will be the 9th meeting between these two men. Previous 6 occasions, you can see Lin Dan has the advantage. He won the last one, which was the last 16 of last year's China Open. 3 games it was. But prior to that last meeting, Jorgensen had won the previous 2. So I'm not quite sure how much you can read into that last meeting. Of course, Lin Dan, that last meeting was on home soil. But the last 4 times these two men have met each other, as we look at our court officials, it's gone to 3 games. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if we could treat it to 3 games again here.
Particularly in this hall, Joe, with the difference in ends, all the players seem to be struggling from this near end. So I think every possibility of 3 sets, I would suggest.
Well, Jan Jorgensen making his 3rd consecutive appearance in a semi-final here at the Malaysia Open. The last 2 years has lost in the semi-final stage to Lee Chong-wei. In fact, last year, I don't know if you remember, Ian, he had to retire injured at 3-love down in the 2nd game, having already lost the 1st against the eventual winner, Lee Chong-wei.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Lin Dan, China. And on my left, Jorgensen, Denmark. Lin Dan to serve, love all. Play.
So the reigning Olympic champion, far side of the courts, Lin Dan of China, against the world number 2 and European champion, Jan Jorgensen.
Love.
I was a little surprised just before we got underway during the warm-up period for the players, and then just before the start of the match, I think Lin Dan changed his racket 3 times. What's all that about?
Very often it's just the grip, it's the feel of the grip very often. You walk out onto court, you've got new grips on your rackets, and some feel more comfortable than others.
Oh, games made.
Too low. Full.
What on earth? He's saying delay. Well, surely he's got to warn a player for time delaying before a fault is called. Surely that's not within the rules. What on earth is going on?
That's an incredible call. I'm really not sure what he's done there.
You've got, I'm sure...
At 2-love in the first game as well.
Oh, that is just... Well, I'll refrain from making any more comment.
You're talking at the start of the match, Jill, about will it be 3 sets again? It was interesting at the coin toss that Jan Jorgensen chose the bad end first, which would suggest he's thinking this could go the distance, this could go to 3 sets.
Well,
4-1.
Jorgensen just indicating to both court officials that he thought the serve may have been illegal, but it wasn't called. Which, and the fact that LIN Dan is apologising, what's he apologising for if it's a perfectly legal serve? This is all rather bizarre. I've been so looking forward to this match all day.
Fall.
No, we can't have this. Ian, this is just ridiculous. What is he calling a fault for?
I'm not sure what he's faulting him for. I have to say, I'm really not sure.
He's not allowed to call a service fault. Let's just be absolutely clear. He's not allowed to call a service fault.
Call foot on the line, can't he?
Well, the tournament referee, Karsten Kohl, is coming forward, asking the coach to just go back to the coach's seat. I can quite understand why the coach is outraged. Jorgensen.
Well, yeah. If they're not happy, it's for LIN Dan to call for the referee.
Yeah.
Coach shouldn't be coming onto the court there.
No, I quite agree.
And LIN Dan's got enough experience to know that he can call for the referee.
But basically, you're giving a point to Jan Jorgensen. How come that wasn't a fault? I mean, he didn't take any less time than LIN Dan on the serve.
I'm not 100% convinced what the call's for, Jill. There's been no indication.
No. Well, I thought I heard him say, and this is why we need to be able to hear what the umpire is saying when they talk to the players, because we need to know why a fault is being called. And there is a habit in world badminton of the umpires switching off their mics when they talk to the players. We have to know. They're not talking about niceties. It's part of the match. It's part of the game. And we need to know what's happening. With the service judge, there's a clear arm indication to let everybody know, spectators and all of us, what the fault is for. We've always got to know what the fault is for.
Fall.
I think it's certainly disrupted LIN Dan, whatever the situation is. He started off very positively, but the last 2 or 3 points, he's a little more tentative. This is a good finish from Jan, though. Gets up, takes it early, fully commits to the straight attack. It's good play. Yet another player struggling to judge at the back of the court.
5-all.
You see, complete indecision. No way back from there.
Now, Jorgensen's ready now. Yeah. I was just keeping an eye. Oh, my goodness.
Same again.
Yeah.
6-5.
Because if Jorgensen was waiting ready to receive serve and LIN Dan was still wandering around the court, I can maybe understand it. But at 2-love in the first game and then 3-1 in the first game, 2 consecutive serves. Oh, look at this. Well, point well made.
I think it's foot on the line, Jill. He's faulted him for foot on the line.
Well, I'm sorry, Ian, but...
That's the only call he can make.
And LIN Dan does often stand awfully close to the line, but we have a service judge.
No, it's for the umpire can call foot on the line.
Service over.
From the higher position.
6-all.
Well, you've got to say what it's faulted for.
I'm not disagreeing with you there, Jill,
Yeah.
but the umpire, the only service fault he can call is foot on the line.
Fall.
Yeah, and I guess the whole LIN Dan standing so wide is... so I think you must be absolutely right. You've deduced it by the fact that he stood so wide of that centre line to serve that can't possibly call me if I'm standing almost out of court.
It's nice to see he's got a sense of humour about it.
Yeah.
Maybe if it had been 1920, he might not have found it so funny.
No.
8-6.
It's gone long.
9-6.
Can't help but think back to a wonderful sporting day just a couple of weeks ago. If you're a rugby fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Last day of the Six Nations rugby in Europe. And we heard every single word that the match umpire was saying whenever there was a penalty called or a reason infringement on the players. We could hear quite clearly him talking to the players, and we were all aware of what was going on. I think we should learn from that, shouldn't we? Oh, it's landed well in. And on a run of 6 straight points. Goes to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage. Jorgensen. That is terrible judgment by LIN Dan.
There was actually a call from the crowd, Jill, and I think it might have just broken his concentration.
Yeah.
There was a big shout of out from just behind him from the crowd. I think he got a little distracted. And distracted is probably the word to describe the start of this game for him, for LIN Dan, really. He started off quite positively, and those 2 faults definitely broke the flow, broke his rhythm.
20 seconds.
But he's got the experience.
20
I'm sure he'll
seconds.
settle himself down, work his way back in.
Play.
Finds the line. This challenge from LIN Dan.
LIN Dan.
Well, he thinks it was out.
Ball in.
Jorgensen's had some success with his straight attack in the first half of the game.
Oh, there he is. He's switching rackets again. Oh, it's a great challenge. Was out. What a good challenge.
Couldn't have been closer.
Correction, out. Service over, 7-11.
Oh,
Service fault called.
service fault called.
Service over,
Well,
12-7.
I think he feels people are conspiring against him at the moment.
Yeah.
Linda.
Now, Ian, did you interpret that the same as I did, that it was a double movement?
Yeah, I think that was the
Call
that was the
back
signal. That
from
was
the
signal.
service?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the service judge. Yeah.
Well, of course, Jill, Jan Jorgensen will be thinking this is a real bonus because he's taken the more difficult end first to work his way into the match, and he's actually building up a very, very good lead.
Yeah.
Psychologically, that will be making him feel very, very good at the moment.
Service over. 8-13.
Well, I was watching his feet very carefully there, Ian. And he does get close to that centre line. I'm sure you're right, but I mean, it's just a question of we should have known about it. I thought I heard the umpire saying delay. Well taken.
Service over. 14-9.
Well, that's the style of play from Lin Dan. It's just such a joy to watch.
Service over. 10-14.
What a magnificent shot. That seemed to be a top spin or something put on that from Jan Jorgensen.
15-10.
Yeah, good play. Good use of the court. Yeah, good width, wasn't it? Made him late one side and then switched the play right across the other side of the court. Controlled the length this time very well.
Lets it drop wide.
16.
No, there's no doubt Lin Dan has been thrown off his rhythm by all this controversy so far. Well, I mean, if you're right about why Lin Dan was called a fault, and I'm thinking about it, I'm sure you are absolutely right, then it's not controversy at all.
No, it's an odd call. It's one you don't see very often, but it's the only service call that the umpire can make.
Service over. 11-16.
Shuttle's been deflected by the net cord and gone wide.
Service over. 17-11.
Yeah, nice touch from Jan Jorgensen at the net there. Just a little hold and the change of direction. Shimmy with the racket here. Look, there we see it. He's actually taking it on the backhand side of the body with the forehand, and that adds to the deception.
Service over. 12-18.
Yeah, again, good width from Jorgensen.
Service over 19-12.
One straight here to one line and then switching the direction. It's good play, good use of the full width of the court.
What a rally. Oh, brilliant. Oh, so quick onto that, Jan Jorgensen. And that speed, that delightful cross-court net shot to start with, but look how quickly he's in for that. No wonder he's pleased with that, because he's now got 8 game point opportunities. It was a long rally, wasn't it?
Service over 13-20.
Yeah, indecision again. Look, he's looking back towards that back line.
14-20.
So, opening game
Game won by
to Jan Jorgensen.
21-14.
21-14. 20 minutes of play. And the Olympic champion needs to regroup. Needs to put those 2 faults behind him. Well, 3 if you include the call from the service judge as well. And the confirmation, 21-14 opening game to Jan Jorgensen. Well, that's not really supposed to happen either, is it? Jorgensen speaking to the umpire at the change of ends in this 2-minute timeout. Can't have coaches trying to influence our court officials. You're allowed to ask questions and call for the tournament referee on a point of law, as I understand it, Ian, but not on subjective opinion.
Yeah, that's true. Having said that, a lot of coaches will ask for clarification at change of ends with from an umpire. If something happens,
20 seconds.
I don't really see an issue with the coach sort of asking, you know, what the situation is or why you're reading it like that. And I tend to have some sympathy with the coaches there.
Yeah, but Charles van Zer was picked up a racket and he was indicating that he thought that Jan Jorgensen should be faulted on his serve.
Yeah, it wasn't the case that time. But I mean, the contact. I don't see a problem with contact at intervals between coach and umpire as a general point.
Service fault called.
Service over 1 low.
Well, racket not pointing in a downward direction, I thought the call was.
Yeah.
Service judge isn't giving precise calls with his arm signals.
Yeah, I think Jan just looking for clarification.
Yeah. Yeah, take that.
It's good. You have to be so careful pushing up to that forehand corner. Lin Dan always setting up for the interception. We'll see it here. The little push, and he's ready. Up, bang.
Yeah.
Loves that mid-court push on the left-hand side of the court, tempting people to push up his forehand side.
That's a lovely, lovely shot from Jorgensen. Came from above the shuttle and then just dropped his wrist so that, having looked as if he was going to play the flat push, then just the delicate little net shot.
Good. And look how high on the court Jorgensen is after that defensive shot. He's really trying to press the forecourt, which is really good thinking. See it here, he stays up. Look at this, he's moving forward.
Gone long.
Yeah, and that's why he's pushing up on this side.
Yeah.
He knows Lin Dan's going to have problems controlling the length, so he doesn't want to leave space in the forecourt, forcing Lin Dan to play the lift, and difficult to control from here. This is nice, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very controlled, not forcing the play, fixing his opponent in the middle of the court there, then using the space to the sideline.
Slammed it in. Yeah.
Service over. 4-3.
Yeah, nice to see the two players, enough respect for each other that one asks for the shuttle to be changed and the other changes it immediately. Well, that's been the case so far.
It's unusual to see Lin Dan turning around and talking to his coaches as much as this. He's quite independent on court. He's not really settled in this game at all.
Wow.
That's good tactics from Jorgensen, playing very patiently from that side of the court, knowing that there'll probably be a few errors from Lin Dan in terms of length. Jorgensen not forcing the play.
It's long.
Service over. 4-6.
Yeah, it has time to look down at the line. Look back up at the shuttle. And that is great judgment. My goodness me, that was long by a whisker.
That's good from Lindan, but Jorgensen probably needs to move the shuttle 2 to the same place against Lindan. Quite a dangerous tactic.
Look at that movement. That is just sensational. Great explosive power, athletic movement. That's good. Yeah, good rally.
Yeah, and good patience again from Jorgensen. He thought he had a couple of half chances to finish early in the rally. He didn't get through, and then thought, right, okay, I'm not taking any risks here. Put the clear in and started to build again. Good patience. He's keeping the pressure on Lindan by not making errors.
Well, we had one at 36 in the opening game.
At the moment, the longer rallies will probably suit Jorgensen, I would suggest.
Better stamina levels then? Or why do you say that?
No, I don't think it's about stamina. I think it's the fact that he's setting his stall out and saying, right, I've won the first game. I'm a couple of points up here. Lindan, you've got to win the point. He's building pressure, he's building intensity, and Lindan is asking Lindan, right, are you going to take some risks?
Just long. I think Jorgensen, though, has to be careful that he doesn't go too passive in his style in trying to extend the rallies beyond what is necessary.
Yeah, it's a fine line, but I think at the moment it's reasonable. It's reasonable. Lindan's looked a little bit shaky. He has made 1 or 2 errors, so give yourself a margin, and you know, you can always change it. It's no problem, but at the moment the rally situations, I think, are in Jorgensen's favour.
Oh, good flick serve. And Jorgensen getting very cross indeed, indicating, shadowing what he thought was a fault serve after the rally. I don't know when we'll get to see it again.
I think with Lindan, you know he likes to use the flick serve. You've got to be ready when you're going to receive. He's been caught off guard a couple of times. One of them was called a fault, but you have to be ready.
Good rally. Yeah. As soon as the short lift is forced, well, very rare that Lindan doesn't actually finish it off with his first attacking shot. Look, there's the tight spinning net shot. short lift. It's only on the doubles service line. Oh, from a 2-point deficit, he's got a 2-point lead now. Well, he did that in the opening game, didn't he? Addresses the shuttle early, then plays the block.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the key is he gets in very quickly. It's fast legs and then taking the pace off with the shuttle. But the fact he's getting in so quickly fixes Lin Dan in the middle of the court. It's very, very good play.
Oh, indecision.
Yeah, you've got to be more positive. It's no good thinking it's out. You only leave it when you know it's out. You've got to be more positive than that. If you think it's out, hit it. If you know it's out, leave it.
Well taken. Well, it's not often, I've said on commentary, that Lin Dan's opponent is getting the better of the net play. But that is the case at the moment.
Yep, he's reading Lin Dan's play very well in the forecourt. And that's a super, super kill at the net because it was a good net shot.
Yeah, that's better judgment.
Tactically sound there, mixing it up, smash in there. It's a drop in the previous rally. Good variety.
Good flick serve. Oh, the luck of the net cord for the Dane. And on a run of 3 straight points, he has the advantage at the mid-game interval. He apologises, the raised racket there to say sorry to his opponent. Yeah, Charles Franzeurs looking a little bit intense with his coaching there. He's concerned.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you. Linda.
No, in fact, I think they've both taken a new racket, haven't they?
Eleven, 10. Play.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, again, he was always on the back foot from the hesitation as to whether the shuttle was in or out again. He's really got to be a little bit more positive in those situations, I think.
11 all.
changing the record again.
Oh, little trip there from Lin Dan. He's all right. It's going long. Yeah, good pace. Good pressure from the Dane.
Yeah. All of those things, but nice variety as well. Cross slice, a straight smash, a block. Lots and lots of variety, keeping Lin Dan thinking. You said it well earlier on in this game, Jill, that he hasn't got to go too passive, and I don't think he's doing that. He's giving himself a good margin of error. He's playing the rallies out, he's playing patiently. What he is doing well is keeping variety in his game.
Yeah. Both these players so good for our sport, aren't they? They're both such characters. It's gone long.
13-11.
At some stage, you can feel Lin Dan's going to have to be a little bit more positive. He's going to have to go a little bit more aggressive in his approach.
Oh.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Needed the net cord, because I think we'll see that Jan Jorgensen had read it. He was there. Yeah, without the net cord, he would have got it.
Oh, it's just long. Lin Dan wasn't anywhere near it.
13-all.
So back level in this second game.
Again, the patient approach pays off for Jorgensen. Eventually, Lin Dan hitting out to the rear of the court.
14-13.
Is so good, isn't it?
Yeah, and I feel we're going to see a little bit more of this sort of play towards the end of this game. He's got to commit a little bit more on attack, I feel. He's struggling with length. Therefore needs to hit down a little bit more, and that was great play.
was looking for the nets was Jorgensen,
15,
but he
40.
hadn't counted on it going cross court.
Jorgensen.
Umpire's going to have a word with Jorgensen.
He brought his base up, but it was super control from Lindan
Yeah.
from late in the rear court to turn the shuttle right across the court there with such good
Yeah.
control.
There's the frustration.
Service over. 15 all.
Missed it. Well, he looks at his racket. I don't think the racket was the problem.
16, 15.
Having said that, he's changed rackets so many times in this match. It's clearly something he's not happy with. Maybe it's the tension of the strings he's not comfortable with. Good again, good variety, pace off.
17,
Forcing
15.
Lindan to lunge really deeply in the court here, forces him off the net, then blocks into the net.
So now the 2-point advantage with Jan Jorgensen. Oh my goodness me, what
Wow.
a waste, what a gift.
Might regret that one.
Yeah.
16, 17.
Oh, brilliant from Lindan.
Well, that's the famous one from the Olympic final, isn't it? Did exactly the same thing to Lee Chong-wei. Fantastic.
It's going wide. Oh, he's taken it.
That's a long way out.
Yeah. The nerves, perhaps, for Jorgensen. Oh, hesitation again. What a rally. Oh, brilliant again. His movement into that round the head position has always been fantastic. And what a wonderful time to play a shot like that. Get himself back into the lead once more. 3 straight points. That's the longest rally of the match so far.
Eighteen, 17. Play.
Well, we said that serve out might he might live to regret it, German. I think he's doing. That's 4 in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
All started by that loose service.
Yeah, that service error when he was leading 17-15. Well, give Lindan an inch and he'll take a mile. Yeah, that's 5 straight points. And look at Jorgensen. A wry smile at his opponent. Yeah, he really should have won that rally, shouldn't he? And down in big trouble at the back of the court. Yeah, not happy with himself, Ian Jorgensen. But now 3 opportunities for the world number 3, Lin Dan, to send this to a third and deciding game. Yeah. Force the short lift with the tight spinning net shot.
Service over.
Yeah, that's good. Took it nice and early. Got some spin on it. And then struggled to control the lift. Good finish.
Dear, oh dear, why wasn't he already there? Oh, net cord. Oh! Jorgensen did exceptionally well to control that and play the perfect net shot.
Well, held his nerve so well here, didn't panic with the net cord. Super touch.
So, last opportunity for Lin Dan. The shorts. Ooh. What a rally again. It is 1 game all. "50 minutes of fascinating badminton."
21-19, 1 game all.
Umpire confirms 21-19, 1 game all. And we will be treated to a third and deciding game. But Jorgensen, you're right, Ian, will be kicking himself about that service error when he was leading 17-15.
Well, you can actually see it in his body language at the moment, talking to Kenneth Jonassen, his coach. And you can see it still in his mind. And he had a real chance there. He's got to put it behind him. Start again. Try and build up that pressure again.
You've got to give credit to Lin Dan, though. I mean, he's an amazing champion, isn't he? Because, I mean, the number of times you think, you know, not down and out, he was never that far down in that second game, but, you know, I said that, you know, you give him an inch, he takes a mile, and any opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, he stayed with it well. He kept to a game plan, but he still looks uncomfortable in this match somehow, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's not completely confident with his rackets. He seems to be changing them a lot. The conditions as well. He's making some misjudgments and leaving some shuttles that are in. He's not 100% settled. But having said that, he'll be mighty relieved to have won that second game, and he'll certainly be looking to take better advantage from what is the better end in the first half of this game, because He didn't do that in the first game, really.
No, just trying out another new
Final
racket.
game. Low all.
So third and deciding game will have a new shuttle as well, might as well. Crikey, I mean, that final rally of that second game was 45 shots. It's no wonder they need a new shuttle.
Play.
I've missed it. What happened there?
Lindan was setting up to serve. Jorgensen was almost moving on return, and then suddenly the umpire said play, and I think they both already decided they were going to.
That's a nice net shot.
Yep.
Service
As you
over.
said earlier on, Jill, he's
One,
playing very,
no.
very well around the net, but the key is the legs are working well and he's taking the shuttle really early.
Yeah, good aggression. But I guess because of the drift,
Low.
the Danish coaches have said to Jan Jorgensen, there's no point you playing those extended rallies from this near side of, well, I say this near side of the court. We're seeing
Lindan.
from the other end of the court there, but yeah, whilst he's playing with the drift, more sensible to hit more shots going in a downward direction.
Service over. 1, 2.
Well, Jorgensen was retreating.
Service over.
Well, he was retreating because he knew he'd got a lot of spin on the shuttle. Thought it was going to be difficult for Lindan to play a second net, but Lindan backed himself but couldn't control it. No challenge.
Lindan. Challenge. Hold. Out.
Jorgensen indicating to his coaches that he's pretty confident it was out.
Yeah, Lindans have one challenge so far, and he was absolutely right to challenge. Got the line call overruled. Now the instant review system. Here we go. Yeah, it was out by a whisker.
Wow. Probably not as far as Jan Jorgensen initially thought, I would suggest.
3, 1. Lindan. 1 challenge remaining.
No, it can't be 3-1.
4, 1.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought he's.
Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good play again. He's moving really well, Jill, isn't he?
Yeah.
Looks very fluid around the court and is able to
5, 1.
change pace when he sees the opportunity. This is good. He's low there. Manages to get back and intercept the shuttle nice and early.
Yeah, I'm told he's could have been a world-class runner, middle distance runner. And that easy running around the court. Oh, I guessed it right. Broken strings, I think.
Yeah, I think it was actually the string that took that out.
Yeah.
Looked a bad shot, but
5.
I think that was the racket.
2-5. Play.
That's really good. Lovely change of pace, change of
Service over.
direction.
6-2.
It's a good return. Held, flick to the rear court, quick change of direction across the court.
Service over. 3-6.
Well, I think that's a forced error.
Service over. 7.
Yeah, I would agree with you there,
3.
Jill. Again, Jorgensen's mixing it up really well. He just held that, and that broke the movement. And Lin Dan. Jorgensen's playing a very smart game here at the start of this third set.
Service over.
Well, we've seen it in all the matches today, Jill. All the players having trouble judging the length of the shuttle from this side. It's
Yeah.
obviously holding up a little bit. But it's amazing, really, that we're at semi-final stage. First round, yes. You can see it, first game in the hall. But it's amazing in the semi-final how many players are still having problems with the conditions.
Yeah.
Good pressure. This
Well-
time it's Lin Dan that hesitates in the rear court.
Yeah, and immediately turns and asks his coaches.
4.
Well, I think he's in a much better position to judge. Yeah, hesitated.
Yeah.
That's good.
Very, very well taken. Just a point, Ian, about
9.
what you were saying about the semi-final stage. Surely they're used to the conditions. I would point out that actually between the centre court and some of the outside courts, the drift is considerably different though in this Putra Stadium.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Well, this is a handsome lead now, isn't it?
I'll put my counter argument though, Jill. We're 1 hour into the game now. You would think they'd have got adjusted to the conditions by now.
Yeah, so I don't disagree with you, but I know the drift is very different from one court to another.
Yep.
Far side at the end of the arena. And I know Lin Dan was playing on the adjoining court last night in his quarter-final. Well, looks surprisingly sluggish in his movement, that rally.
Yeah.
Jorgensen.
Yeah. Obviously caught by surprise there. But these are big points now. He wants to get to the break. Have a lead, move into the other end. And he's got it.
Yeah.
Service over. 11.
He was still
5.
tempted to have a go at it right to the last minute.
That's 6-point advantage as they change ends in this deciding game. Look, he looks up at the shuttle, looks down at the light. No, that's clearly long.
It's a good net shot that sets it up again, though.
Yeah.
He's really cutting across the shuttles at the net. Really getting some good spin on, which is making it very, very difficult to control the lifts.
Well, is this lead enough? And how odd in the singles that the players have been doing well when playing with the drift instead of against the drift. It's not what we would have predicted at all.
No, it's been the opposite to most of the other matches we've seen. Is it enough? I'm not sure. I'm not sure you can ever have enough of a lead against Lin Dan. He looked in danger in the second game when he was able to turn it round, just go up half a notch, get some of his attacking play going. It'll be interesting to see what he does now.
11-5. Play.
Oh, that's landed in.
Service over. 6-11.
Well, we were looking at the previous rally. I can tell you that was a wonderful net shot from Jorgensen.
Well, Lin Dan was sort of bemoaning his luck because it was a net cord, but Jorgensen takes it so early, he wins the right to have a net cord. It's good net play.
Fabulous. More broken strings. Yeah, I think it's the tension. I don't think it's the racket at all. I think it's the tension. I don't think it's the grip.
7-12.
I think the string's actually taken the frame on that racket. I'm not sure if we're going to see it, but the whole frame's broken.
Wow. Well, that would suggest that the tension is very high. Another long rally.
Seven, 12. Play.
Oh, he was encroaching in on the net. Clever play by Lin Dan. I don't know whether he saw it or whether he was just aware of it.
8-12.
Efficient in the attack, but you do feel from this end that's what he's got to do.
Well to reach it. But reaching it isn't enough.
9-12.
Well, we saw in the previous point Lin Dan win with the attack. This time he wins on defence. He's applying a lot of pressure there, but he's still able to turn it across the court and force the mistake.
Oh, a lucky net cord this time for Lin Dan. And now there's only 2 points in it.
10-12.
Yeah, that is more of a lucky one. He was looking to push to the mid-court. He wasn't trying to play tight to the net there.
Now the net cord for Jorgensen. Stops the run. It was 4 straight points.
10.
Yeah, again, this is not so lucky because that's exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to play tight to the net, and he achieved it. That's a great shot.
Well, the lift goes long.
14-10.
Yeah. The legendary LIN attack.
Service over. 11.
Yeah, how many times have we seen this over the years? 1, 2, 3. Great pressure.
Brilliant. The little hold and push once again. But once again, it's how he's addressing the shuttle at the front of the court that's doing the damage.
It's his movement. Movement's great. Look, he's under pressure there, but he's still able to get his balance back, recover his balance, and take the next shuttle really. Under pressure there, late, right on the net for the next one. Good play.
They are looking concerned, aren't they, the Chinese coaches?
Jorgensen will be a little bit disappointed there. He was there, but
12-15.
down again, not forcing the attack, taking a little bit of pace off, and maybe surprising Jorgensen with that. He was expecting a harder smash.
Oh! Would you believe it? The indecision at the back of the court from LIN, and then a golden opportunity for Jan Jorgensen.
Well, the serve out at 17-15 was decisive in the second. I just wonder whether that's another one of those momentum points. That was a great chance.
Indecision this time from LIN. What a rally. Sensational. Yeah, he was ready to pounce. That put pressure on Jorgensen to try and play the perfect net shot. 47 shots, that's the longest of the match so far. My goodness me. And after an hour and 12 minutes, they're playing badminton like that.
Playing.
Missed it.
Well, I have to say it, Jill, this run started with that error from Jan Jorgensen, and I think he's struggling to get it out of his mind.
Yeah.
He had a golden opportunity to go 16-11, and suddenly it's 15-all. He's got to compose himself here.
One game all, and as you say, 15 all. Great smash, good defence too.
Well, no way back from there. Indecision again in the rear court, and Lindan taking full advantage. Saw the two extremes there from Lindan. There was a fantastic defensive shot at full stretch, converted it to an attacking situation, and finished it with great precision and power. Courtney's wiping from where he was full length on the floor, picking up a defensive shot halfway through that rally.
Now Lindan, by my calculation, 11.
More racket problems for Lindan.
Yeah. Sorry, 11 of the last 15 points. Goes into the lead at this crucial stage.
No, Jorgensen has just lost his concentration after that miss.
Yeah.
He saw the game almost won when he went up for that interception to go to 16-11. He missed it. Not only has it shaken his confidence a little bit, it's certainly given Lindan confidence on the other side. It's been a big shift.
Yeah. Throws his racket down in disgust.
18-15. Jorgensen.
Yeah. Well, using his anger and frustration in the right direction in that rally, Jorgensen.
Well, that's good. Good commitment. Too good. At this stage of the game, he can't be that passive. He can't play that cross clear and let Lindan take the shuttle early around the head. Look at that. Asking for trouble, I'm afraid.
Unbelievable.
He's in full flow now. Yep. A super attack from round the head. That clipping down on the forehand side, putting the block in, and then the change of pace. Super play. You can see how happy he is.
Yeah, match point opportunities, 4 of them. having just won 15 of the last 20 points. Jorgensen's going to be spoken to here. Is he getting a yellow card?
I think the more important run is 9 of the last 10 since that era.
Yeah.
Service over 17-20.
Yeah. Well, a racket gets thrown into the crowd from Jorgensen while Lin Dan celebrates. That's lovely to see the sportsmanship. What a player Lin Dan is. 5-11 down at the change of ends in this third and deciding game.
Jorgensen, fault for misconduct.
Fault for misconduct. What happened, Ian?
I think that was kicking the racket at the end. Kicked the racket into the crowd, Jorgensen.
21-17.
He's got a yellow card for it.
No, he hasn't. He's got a red card. Well, doesn't detract from what has been a wonderful semi-final. There is confirmation that Lin Dan has come through against Jan or Jorgensen. 14-21, 21-19, 21-17.